In example 4, it says if 5x plus 3y is equal to 17 and x minus 3y is equal to negative 2, what is 2x plus 3y? And this last part here, this is what we're going to save for the end. So once we know our x and our y value, we can plug it in and evaluate this expression. What we need to start with are these two equations. Basically, we have a system that we need to solve. So let's rewrite it like we would write the other ones. So we have 5x plus 3y equal to 17. And I'm going to write it underneath, just like the last problems we did, so they look the same. X minus 3y equal to negative 2. And then we can go ahead and get started with step 1. So in step 1, we want to find a variable to solve for. If I take a look at my first equation, this x has a coefficient of 5, the y has a coefficient of 3. Neither one of those seem very good to me to solve for. So let's take a look at the second equation. And if I take a look at the very first variable, this x has a coefficient of positive 1, so that's the one I'm going to solve for. So I'm going to take that second equation, which was x minus 3y equal to negative 2, and I'm going to solve for y. And to do that, all I need to do is add the 3y over to the other side, and I get x is equal to negative 2 plus 3y. I'm going to put my box around that, and then I'm going to move on to step 2. And then in step 2, since I had the box, or I solved for x, I'm going to go to my other equation and put my box around the x. So I know what to solve and what to replace. Rewriting this equation, I start with my 5. And then I have my box. And inside that box, instead of the x, I want what x is equal to, which is negative 2 plus 3y. And then I have still my plus 3y equal to 17. And then to solve it, I'm going to start by distributing the 5. 5 times negative 2 will give me negative 10. 5 times 3y will give me 15y. Then I still have my plus 3y equal to 17. And then if I combine my like terms, 15y plus 3y will give me 18y. Still minus 10 equal to 17. Then I want to add the 10 over to the other side, and I get 18y equal to 27. And then lastly, I'm going to divide both sides by 18, and we get y equal to 3 over 2. Then we need to move on to step 3. And in step 3, we're going to go back to step 1. So we're looking at that equation again, the x equals negative 2 plus 3y. And we are going to take the y value that we solved in step 2 and we're going to plug it back in. So we have x equals negative 2 plus 3 times 3 over 2. 3 times 3 over 2 is 9 over 2. So x is going to be negative 2 plus 9 over 2. And if we add those two together, we get an answer of 5 over 2. So our answer for our x and our y is 5 over 2 and 3 over 2. At this point, what I would do is I would do the check step to make sure the x and the y values are correct. And that's where you're going to go to your calculator and just plug it in. You're going to replace the x, you're going to replace the y, and make sure you get 17 in the first one. So take a second and do that on your calculator. Do that check step, make sure you get 17. Then you need to check the second equation. So just because it works for the first doesn't mean it's going to work for the second. So now plug your x value in here, your y value in here, and make sure this left-hand side comes out to be negative 2. If you need help with the check step, let me know. Now, we're not done yet. So we still need to do the ending part, which is the 2x plus 3y. So now we want to do 2x plus 3y. And we want to know what that's equal to. Well, we know that x is 5 over 2. So we have 2 times 5 over 2 plus 3. And we know what our y value is 3 over 2. So 2 times 5 over 2 plus 3 times 3 over 2. You can plug that all in your calculator at one time. And you should get an answer of 19 over 2 for that expression. So this right here is our final answer. If you have questions, let me know.